Um, Eric, are you online?
Well, there's Nancy. Yeah, met her.
I can't hear nothing. Eric, are you online? Who's the owner? Why would it say she's the owner?
I'm not sure how much she got it.
Let's see here. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am fine. I'm Donna.
Hi, Donna. It's Melissa.
Oh, hi, Melissa. Steve was just asking if you were going to be on this, and I said, I don't have a clue.
Okay, it's showing you as owner, so it kind of threw me off.
Oh, yeah, it does say owner. Well, that's not me.
Okay. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. We're just going to give it a little bit more time.
Sure.
And I'll introduce you.
All right. I'm gonna just do a test here. I want to be sure that you can see my
Our host.
what do you see? I'm not sharing my screen yet though, right?
It just says, yeah, there's nothing I'm sharing. So,
Okay. Do you want to do a test?
Sure.
Let me. Because I have two screens and I never know which one you're seeing.
So like on hers, she'll have these same things.
Uh-huh.
She should be able to put that shit.
Oh, so I always thought I had to make her a host.
No, anybody can share their screen, just one person at a time, though.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see anything, so
Did you click the share screen button?
I don't see where it is, actually.
Okay, the buttons at the bottom, what do you see on your screen? Like next to mute and all that.
Oh, I see it now. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Let me go look at my computer.
Oh, okay, let's see here. Try it now.
Host disabled participant screen sharing. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay.
So I went to here,
Yeah.
to apps, and then I clicked on all participants,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then that was already there.
Okay.
And so
Is it working
she
now?
said it was disabled. Oh, there it is. There's somebody else's on there.
Does it allow you to share your screen now, Nancy?
No.
No. Okay.
Go to here.
Here, do advanced sharing options at the bottom. Yeah, all participants. And then also
Who's that,
you can share.
She's the
all
owner. It looks like a Pleasure Pet Tours. Oh, okay.
Okay, if you can try
That
now.
might be the only ones on here. Hysterical. Oh, no, there's Lynette is connecting. So I'm gonna take us off of audio.
Okay, looks like it does
Or
allow
she
me
can do
now.
that, actually.
And then I can mute them.
I think you can. It's-
So
we
do
go.
you see Sun Tours
I
Mayflower?
do,
Good.
I do. Just click here.
Yeah.
And then you can mute them.
And then do I connect? I connect.
You can.
Hello?
You're on. We're just
Okay,
waiting to
thank
get
you.
started.
Hi,
Okay,
good morning. It's Melissa from Sun Tours and Pleasure Bent. We're just giving it a few more minutes before we start.
sounds good.
This is Donna. Can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
hear you, Donna.
Okay. And can you see me?
I do. I can see
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, Steve says yikes.
So I'm muting them. now.
Donna, this is Sarah and Jerry. We can also hear you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Do you want to mute me? I unmuted it to let you know we're here.
Perfect. Thank you.
But yeah.
Okay, good morning. It's Melissa from Sun Tours. And we'll go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Melissa Lujan. I'm the cruise manager here for Sun Tours in Albuquerque and also with our sister property at Pleasure Bent Tours in Tucson. Today, we are excited to introduce you to Nancy Kreischer. She is our sales representative for Mayflower Cruises and Tours, and she'll be conducting the presentation today. Mayflower is one of our preferred partners, and we're very pleased to be traveling with them in 2024 and offering this Christmas markets on the Danube. So please enjoy the presentation, and everything that you would need for prices and everything are all on our websites. And I am available also today for reservations. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Nancy.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm just really happy. Sun Tours has been one of my biggest and best customers since I started with Mayflower 4.5 years ago. I've just loved building my relationship with Melissa as well. And I look forward to someday traveling with her. Hopefully we can get her on a cruise and I can join you all. But let's get started. This is my bucket list trip. Everybody can hear me okay, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm
Yep.
using a microphone. If you have any questions along the way and you want to interrupt me, feel free. But this is one of my favorite trips to present because to me, I am a shopper and this is a shopper's paradise, this Christmas markets cruise on the Danube. It does leave on December 7th to the 16th of next year. So you're going to fly into Munich and then you're going to be met at the airport by your Emerald representative, and you'll be transferred to the ship right off the bat to Regensburg. And this is a 7-night cruise, and then you'll depart out of Budapest to come back home. This is what our river cruise ships look like. If you've ever been on one before, they're all identical on the Danube and the Rhine. And we do that so that we can interchange them when there's issues on the river. So one of our oldest ships was built in 2014, but that went through a total renovation during COVID. So now all our ships are very updated, the newest one being brought into the water in 2023. There's a total of 91 cabins on these ships, and there's a crew of 47. Your tour will include all your gratuities that you will incur while on board. So that even includes any meals that they might serve you off the ship. As long as you're it's part of the cruise, all of your gratuities are included. We also have 3 levels of excursions. The first 2 are Emerald Plus and Emerald Active. These are both included, and we offer each of these every day. And then from time to time, we have Discover Mores. These are an additional expense. They're more of an in-depth and intimate experience. So you will get that sheet to sign up for those, probably around final payment. We have 3 tour managers on board, one of them being an activities manager. So if you do like to do guided hikes or e-bikes or yoga or Pilates, water aerobics, that's something that the activities manager would offer on board. Just delving into the cabins real quickly. This is our entry-level cabin, our ocean view. We actually have 7 categories of cabins. This cabin is on the Riviera deck, which is 1 deck below the pier. It features that window. As you can kind of see here, though, you'd have to kind of stand on that chair to see out to the water. But it's a great introductory price. We have plenty of area on the ship with floor-to-ceiling windows that you can sit in front of for viewing. So if you don't spend a lot of time in your cabin, this is a pretty good offer. It's a great value for your money. There's in the bathroom, there's a shower, a bathrobe, hair dryer, toiletries. There's complimentary bottled water in the cabins. You'll get a emerald water bottle to fill that. We're trying to get away from the plastic water bottle, the bottled water. So you'll be asked to use this on your excursion, and you'll have carafes of water in your cabin restocked quite often. There's complimentary Wi-Fi on board. There's a safe, telephone. Your bed can be divided into a queen or divided into 2 twins. You have an individual climate control, so you can set the temperature of your cabin. We have a flat screen TV with infotainment system and a mini fridge. One of the nice things about our ships, which helped us get on the water very quickly after COVID, we designed our air filtration system that the air comes in from the outside, it gets filtered, it goes into your cabin and circulates and goes right back out. So you do not share air with cabins in front of you, above you, below you, and aside of you. So you have your own air. And like I said, this helped us get back on the water very quickly after COVID. Here's the layout to those 2 cabins, category D and E. Then we have 3 categories in our panoramic balcony suite. Same amenities as the ocean view. These are on the middle and the top decks, the Vista and the Horizon. The Vista deck is the deck that gets sold out very, very quickly. So if this is something you want to do, I would suggest getting your reservation in as quickly as possible. The Vista deck is the one that you come right off the pier, and then the Horizon is 1 deck up. This is a revolutionary cabin on the river. We designed this, and now everybody's kind of copying us. But you can see where the carpet and the flooring start and end. That carpeting, that line there, is where your cabin would have ended if you had an outside balcony. So we incorporated that space into your room. And how we make this a balcony is there's a button on the wall that raises and lowers the top part of that window. And that's what creates your balcony. So you don't lose the space. And in cold and wet weather, which it could be in December, you can keep that up and still have the view, the beautiful view of the floor to ceiling window. And then it has a privacy shade that comes down. And here's the layout for this level of these 3 cabins. Did I miss a question? I'm sorry. No questions? Okay. Here's the grand balcony suite. This is a category S. These suites are located up on the horizon deck, so you can see that it is a little bit bigger and the balcony is bigger, and it also has a door plus a curtain for additional privacy. So if somebody wanted to get up really early or stay up really late, that's not bothering the person that's sleeping. So besides everything else that I mentioned, this suite has Nespresso machines. Those are the coffee machines that George Clooney advertises. He doesn't come with it, but the coffee is really good. We also have Nespresso machines in the lounge and in the pool area of the ship, so don't feel that you'll be missing out. And there's a mini bar available at an additional expense in this cabin. You have a pillow menu and 2 items of laundry per day. You also can have in-suite dining, so you can order your continental breakfast here, dinner canapes, before dinner, and after dinner treats, all included in the price of your suite. And here's the layout to that cabin. And then lastly, we have the owner's 1-bedroom suite. This is really a great option if you share a cabin with someone who snores, because you can put them out in the living room and shut that door and both of you get a good night's sleep. Otherwise, it's a very spacious bedroom. It has a great bathroom, complimentary mini bar, which is restocked daily with beer, wine, and soda. You have an iPad to use throughout the cruise, continental breakfast, a big walk-in closet, pre-dinner canapes, after-dinner suites, like I said, the walk-in wardrobe, the Nespresso machine, you got a pillow menu, the safe. You have 4 items of laundry per day included, and an invitation to dine at the captain's table. So here is that layout, about 315 square feet, and 2 areas in this cabin that are the floor-to-ceiling window with the open air system. So one over where the balcony is, and one area in your actual bedroom. Crew is English speaking. They're lots of fun. Remember that all your onboard gratuities are included, so you don't have to put these little cash envelopes aside for the end of your cruise. Dining options. Oops, just lost my, okay. So around 6:30 in the morning in the lounge, they have an early risers breakfast, which is kind of like a continental breakfast. Then from 7 to 9, you have your breakfast buffet. Lots of options, plus some things you can order off the menu. From 9 to 9:30, you have your late risers breakfast. And let me also mention that it's open seating. There's a seat for everyone in the restaurant. You're not assigned a specific time. You just go in whenever you want. And then at 11:30, they have an early lunch up in the lounge, sandwiches and salads and some desserts. And then from 12 to 2 is your lunch buffet. Beer, wine, and soda are complimentary during lunch and dinner. There's also menu options, again, that you can order off the menu if you don't see something on the buffet. Then at 4:30, they have snacks, desserts, and tea in the lounge. At 6:45, you will meet again in the lounge for your next day's port talk, where the cruise director will go over the next day's activities. Then she'll introduce the chef, who will go over that evening's menu with his recommendations. There'll be other options as well. There's always a vegetarian chicken and steak beef entree that you can choose from every night if you don't see something on the menu. It's a 4-course plated dinner, beer, wine, and soda complimentary at dinner. Then the sommelier comes out and he goes over the wine selections for that evening. What I tell everybody is when dessert is getting served at lunch or at dinner, if you want to ask for another beer or get your wine glass filled up, then you can take it out with you, because you do have evening entertainment in the lounge. Oftentimes that is enough beer and wine for anybody during the day, but if you're going to drink hard alcohol, they do have drink options drink packages that you can buy on the first day. Here's one of those areas. This is facing out the front of the ship. And one of those areas, if you go into the ocean view cabin, that you can sit at and see all the sailing going by here. We have a heated indoor pool. And at night, the deck of the pool raises up and it forms our cinema. There's a fitness center on board, a hairdresser salon. We have a spa. And then the Horizon Bar. The top deck, the sun deck. This is the only deck that is not accessible by an elevator. You do have to go out the steps because everything on here can be lowered if we are in high water and we get to a low bridge. The pilot house that you see there in the background raises and lowers, and it is open 24/7. So if you're curious and you ever want to step in there, feel free. And there's enough chairs up here that you don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to put a towel to save a seat. There's enough chairs up here for everyone to sit. We have personal listening devices. They're in your cabin, and this is what you'll use for your excursions. So all you have to do is make sure that you charge it every night and you have it around your neck when you leave the ship. They all come with your own headphones as well, earplugs there. Okay, let's quick jump into the itinerary. Does anybody have questions on the ship itself? Okay. So your first day on the ship, you're going to be in the port of Regensburg. So you'll want to explore the ship, get acquainted, maybe go check out the drink packages. You'll also have a list in your room of all the included excursions, and that's when you'll kind of pick what you want to do. It's not set in stone, so if you change your mind, you just need to let the cruise director know. But they're just trying to get a head count so they can make sure they have enough tour guides and enough buses. The next day, you'll have a walking tour of Regensburg. This is one of the oldest bridges in Europe that crosses the Danube. So you'll get to see a lot of the landmark buildings on your walking tour. This city was remarkably untouched by World War II. So definitely the buildings are very old, and it's one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. And then, of course, you get a Bavarian sausage tasting while you're on this walking tour. Every afternoon, you will have the opportunity to visit the Christmas markets in each port. Thousands of people travel here every year to visit these Christmas markets. And to me, this is kind of what this whole cruise is about. So be sure you're ready with your Christmas lists. You can get a Christmas ornament in every port, but try to make up a collection somehow. Yesterday, I did a document party for a group leaving soon on this tour. And the one lady said that she wanted to have glute wine in every port, and every port serves their glute wine in a different type of glass, and she wants to bring all those glasses home. So that's a cool thing to collect. I would be bringing Christmas ornaments back from each port. But everything's going to be beautifully lit up. It's going to be just beautiful. There's hot chocolate. The glute wine is a spiced hot wine. Each port is known for its pastry delicacy as well, different cakes, gingerbreads, cookies. So yeah, eat and drink your way through all these Christmas markets. We also have an added excursion today to Nuremberg. Now, how I think this is going to happen is you'll have your walking tour of Regensburg in the morning, and then you can either go to the Christmas markets in Regensburg, or you can go over to Nuremberg. One of the things I do want to mention about Nuremberg is, of course, besides its World War II significance, is this Christmas market is rated the #1 Christmas market in the world. And I don't know why. I asked yesterday, there was a lady that lived in Nuremberg at the presentation, and I asked her what made it different from all the other ports. And of course, she said, because it's just the best. I was like, yeah, but what makes it the best? And she goes, it's just the best, in her thick German accent. So maybe she didn't understand what I was asking. I don't know. But Nuremberg was almost completely destroyed during World War II. Most of it, especially the old part, was bombed completely flat, and it has been rebuilt. Some of it being rebuilt in the 1950s, modern architecture, as some of those buildings there on the left seem to be, and others, of course, they tried to keep some of the old architecture and the old world charm. So you'll get to go here, you'll have a walking tour in Nuremberg, and then you'll have some free time to explore their Christmas market. Then back on board, we have a traditional Bavarian band on board. So you'll have that as your evening's entertainment after dinner. Your next port is Passau, Germany. Beautiful cobblestone streets, graceful arches, gorgeous town, downtown area, lots of old world charm on your walking tour. And then you have free time, like I said, to get to the Christmas markets. And the Christmas markets are set right here in front of St. Stephen's Cathedral, which was famous at one time for most up until the turn of the 1900th century, was the largest pipe organ in the world. It has fallen to number 3, number 2 being in Los Angeles at a Presbyterian church, and number 1, believe it or not, is in Atlantic City on the boardwalk. So St. Stephen's has about 17,000 pipes, and the organ on the Atlantic City boardwalk has 33,000. So yeah, it kind of got eclipsed very quickly. But step inside if you get a chance, you want to see that. And of course, then you have time to enjoy the Christmas markets in Passau. Then we go through the Washoe Valley. This might be a good time for you to get some Nespresso, hot chocolate, or a latte, grab a snack in the lounge, and either relax in your cabin, or if it's not too cold, go on top, maybe grab a blanket, hat and scarf, and sit outside so that you can see the castles and the ruins on both sides of the river. Beautiful vineyards as you're going to pass, and you'll come to Krems, Austria. Once you're in Krems, you're going to go to the Gottwig Abbey for a beautiful tour. There you see it up on the mountain. It's the Benedictine monastery, perched high above the Washoe Valley, which, by the way, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This view is stunning, and you'll get to go inside here. This abbey is absolutely gorgeous. There's another pipe organ, but just look at all the gold on these on the walls. And every time I tell people, when you go to Europe, and especially if you go inside a cathedral, always look up, because they painted their ceilings. They have these frescoes on their ceilings, and absolutely gorgeous. Again, a lot of the gold gilt trim. This abbey is another UNESCO, has another UNESCO designation. And then the next day you're going to be in Vienna, which is like my bucket list city to get to, because I am a Sound of Music fiend. So this area of Germany is just, to me, I just want to get here so badly. So Vienna was the birthplace of psychology, of music. Of course, Mozart came from Vienna. So you'll get to experience all that charm. This museum, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but one of the largest art museums in Austria. It's very unique. Lots of beautiful things to see in here. So you'll have a little bit of time here. And then, of course, after the visit to the museum, you can enjoy the Christmas markets in Vienna. If you have, maybe in the last 2 or 3 years, there was a movie on the Hallmark Channel called Christmas in Vienna. If you get a chance and can somehow find that and watch that before you go, They do have a lot of time in the film where they are strolling through the markets and doing different activities. And the main character performs a violin concert, and she does it in this church. So you get some nice views of the area. But again, lots of desserts, pastries. Like I said, every port is known for a very specific cookie or cake or pastry. So make sure you find out from the tour guide which one you should be trying and look for that. And if it's going to be hot chocolate or glute wine, whichever, and they also have cider. So if you're not into the glute wine or the hot chocolate's getting to be too rich for you, you can go to cider. Oh, it just looks like so much fun to me. When you pack, maybe pack your bag. You're allowed 50 pounds, but maybe only pack 30 pounds because you're probably going to bring back about 20 pounds of souvenirs. Great time to finish up your Christmas shopping. And I know I have a ornament on my tree from my grandmother. I remember her giving it to me when I was very little, from when she was at one of the Christmas markets. So yeah, very nice. And then tonight is a Discover More exclusive concert, and this is our Viennese concert. This would probably be the only time besides the farewell dinner that you might want to get a little dressed up. And this gets sold out very quickly. So if this is something you want to do, make sure you sign up for it. But it is, from what I've been told, an absolutely fantastic experience. So you'll have Mozart, Beethoven, Strauss, Schubert, all in a beautiful setting and very exclusive to just the people on the cruise. So very rich musical legacy in this city. You'll see people out performing in the streets while you're strolling through the Christmas markets as well. You also get a little bit of a glass of sparkling wine on arrival here as you're welcome, and then you go inside to relax and enjoy this beautiful concert. And then the next morning, you're going to arrive in Bratislava, Slovakia. So now you're in another country. And you'll get a city tour here. This country gained its independence in 1993, and it has really flourished since then to become a major cosmopolitan center. You'll go through Old City. You'll see their town hall, their national theater. And post-World War II, this area was part of the USSR, and then it became the Czech Republic. So a lot of history here, beautiful area, and of course, they have very charming Christmas markets as well. Look at those Christmas ornaments. And you'll have a included home visit here, which is also always very a lot of fun because you get to meet the local people, and looks like they're having a little toast there of some kind of liqueur and some home baked goods. There's also an option to explore a winery here. This might or might not be offered just based on the weather. So don't be surprised if you don't see this come across just because of how cold it is. Sometimes these wineries shut down. And we have a post-communist Skoda tour that is being offered as well. And you get to see the difference between pre and post-communist Bratislava. Finally, upon arrival, you'll be met, you get to Budapest, and you get to go here through the city. You have a beautiful city tour. Beautiful thing about Budapest is that we get to do an evening sail, and Budapest is divided. One side is Buda and one side is Pest. And at night, it is a beautiful, beautiful lit up city, and we do an evening sailing as long as the weather permits and depending on the traffic in the port. Next day, you'll have an included guided tour. Budapest is known as the Pearl of the Danube. It has a population of 1.7 million people, so it is a big city. You will have this walking tour in front of their Parliament building, which was the building you just saw lit up. Here it is during the daytime. You go up to Buda Castle, cross the chain bridge. This is the bridge that connects the two sides, the Buda and the Pest side. And then you have time to go to the Christmas markets in the afternoon. Look at that, beautiful in front of the church. Anytime you get the opportunity to poke your head into any of these churches, please do, because they're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's just these cathedrals and churches. We just don't have these in the United States, the history and the beauty of it. And then, of course, you can get into the Christmas markets again. And then tonight we have a Hungarian folklore show with dancing and music back on the ship with a traditional dinner. So tonight will be a special night on board. Sometimes we offer this Jewish heritage tour. If we get enough people, we'll operate this, and you'll be able to see the significant Jewish events from history that have happened in Budapest. You'll also see some of the areas before World War II where the Jewish trade flourished in Budapest. And we also have an optional excursion to Szentendre. This is a small town just north of Budapest. These operate at the same time, so you're going to have to pick one or the other. And then you won't be able to go to the markets. So depending what your priority is. And this is where you get off the ship in Budapest, and you'll fly home from here, hopefully with tons of Christmas souvenirs in your suitcase, with the pleasure and the anticipation of who you're going to give them to when you get home. Just want to recap the ship one more time. On the bottom deck is where the ocean view cabins were. We have two categories there. And then we have the middle deck, and we have the top deck, which have the balcony suites. And then we have the grand balcony suites, which you can see in hot pink on the top deck. And the red ones, those four red ones, those are the owner suites. So we have the lounge on the middle deck, the restaurant on the top deck, and the pool is on the back of the middle deck there. There's a little putting green on the top deck, as you can see there, number 4. Little tic-tac-toe, the pilot house up there on the sky deck. So I'll leave it here. If you would like to have more details and all the pricing, please give Melissa a call, and she will be able to get you situated from there. If there's any questions, I'd be glad to take them. Anybody? Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here. Thank you.
Okay, I thought, do I have to do this all over again?
No, thank you. And again, please call Sun Tours at 505-889-8888. And again, my name is Melissa, and I'm in the cruise department. My email is mlujan@suntoursus.com. And I am in the office. Please call me if you have any questions. If you would like for me to send you out any brochures regarding the cruise, I'm more than happy to do that also.
Melissa, we do have questions as far as the how many days we're actually on the ship.
Yeah, it was a 7-night cruise.
Mhm.
Let me go back to that map. Yeah, I guess I have to go through all these.
Yeah, it's a 7-night cruise. We
Yeah.
have a pre-night stay and also a post-night stay at a hotel, but it is a 7-night cruise.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You're doing that. Melissa, do you want to quick tell them about that? You
Yes,
added a pre and a post night.
correct. So we have a post night in Budapest and a pre-night stay also.
Yep. So you'll actually pre-night, is it in Munich? Is that where you are?
And we are in Munich, yes,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, so you will go over for a pre-night in Munich, and then when you get off the ship, you'll have a post 1 extra day in Budapest.
Correct. It's a 10-day trip.
That's good that Sun Tours always does this, because as we all know, air travel is quite frustrating at times. So they do this to ensure going over that you don't miss any part of your trip, and then on the way back that you're well rested for your return, and gives you a little extra time in Budapest to wander. And of course, if you want to do some of those optional tours in Budapest, then you have a whole another day to enjoy the Christmas markets.
And we do have an extended save up to $800 when booked by the end of October. So definitely, please give me a call and we can check always the availability for the different staterooms and categories.
How far away are the Christmas markets from the ship?
Well, it's going to depend on our docking situation. This is a very busy time of the year in all, as you can imagine, in all of these ports, because people wanting to visit the Christmas markets. But we typically are in city central for docking, and the Christmas markets are typically in the center of the city, as you saw right in front of the main cathedral. So you will have bus transportation back and forth. I always tell people in every port, there is a tablet with a map. Make sure you grab that map before you leave the ship, so that if you don't make the bus, if you want to stay longer, or if you want to come back early, you know how to get back to the ship. If you're comfortable with Uber or Lyft, they have them in all these cities now. You can take a taxi back, and in some cases, you may be able to walk. Any other questions?
On the airfare, so the airfare is included?
Correct. Everything is included. Your airfare, your transfers, the included excursions. Like Nancy said, there are optional excursions that are Discover More. And as we get closer to the cruise, we will send out a list of those excursions if it's something that you would like to do.
And is it our standard coach flights?
Yes.
Is it possible to upgrade to business class?
Yes, we can check that when we make your reservation. We'll send that request over to the air department, and then they will let us know what is available.
So we fly from wherever we are actually to our first, we land in Regensburg, correct?
Munich.
No,
Munich.
you land in Munich.
Okay,
I mean, you probably won't have, if you're in Albuquerque or
Tucson.
Arizona,
Mhm.
you won't have a direct flight over to Germany. I'm sure you're going to be either stopping somewhere on the East Coast or Midwest to go over. And then typically you come into Frankfurt and then fly to Munich.
okay, great. Any other questions?
When you're in the rooms and they are twin beds, you said, that are put together to make it up to a queen, do the cabin people separate those if you want them separated, or how does that?
Yes. So
Yeah.
on your reservation form, you would select 1 or 2 beds, and your cabin will be made up accordingly. If they're pushed together and you wanted 2 beds, you can have your cabin steward separate them, although it's very easy to just pull them apart as well.
Okay.
And then we can go on your website to get all the pertinent information, correct? And extra information? I mean, this has been very informative. Thank you. But so do we find everything on this trip on your website?
Yeah, if you can contact me and I can send you, I can mail it out to you, I can email it to you. But if you would like to contact me personally, that would be the best.
Okay, and then you're Michelle,
Melissa,
Melissa,
yes.
because we don't have the name up anymore. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can do that.
Okay,
Nancy, yeah.
I have Nancy. Okay.
Am I still sharing my screen, Melissa?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me
So
just,
can we do a double occupancy with just myself and my friend? We're not we're not a couple, we're just,
yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
all right.
We also have, which I didn't talk about, and I know sometimes Melissa has a lot of people that do this, a guaranteed share program. So if you're a single traveler, you're used to paying that huge single supplement, which I'm a single traveler, so I get it. It doesn't seem worth it, but unfortunately, that's the way travel is. If you'd like to avoid that and you're willing to share a room with someone who is the same sex as you are, so female to female, male to male, we would guarantee the double rate for you. So it's called a guaranteed share. You sign up, you have to do that at sign up. And you agree basically to be sharing a room with someone. So it's kind of like going to camp, you have a roommate. You don't have to pal around with them all day. You're just sharing your room with them. There's only 2 caveats to that. You can't be a smoker and you can't be on a CPAP machine. But even if we can't match you up, then you end up in a single room and you're paying the double rate. So it's kind of nice. And sometimes these people make lifelong friends and travel buddies that they get along so well.
Oh, it's good. Thank you very much. This is
I'm all jealous if you guys go on this trip because like I said, this is a trip I've wanted to do my whole life. Ever since I was a little girl and I saw my grandmother come back with this suitcase full of handmade ornaments and gifts that she bought for all of us. So it's something I've always wanted to do and I just haven't gotten to do it yet.
Well, that's wonderful. And thank you, Nancy, again, for the presentation. And again, Nancy is with Mayflower Cruises and Tours, and I am Melissa with Sun Tours and Pleasure Bent, and I would be assisting you with the reservations. So again,
And
my
I'm
name,
here as well. I mean, if you have any questions that Melissa can't answer, she's great at getting to me as quickly as possible, and I'll do my best to get back to her as quickly as possible as well. But take advantage of that savings. I don't know if we'll be able to extend it past the end of October. And like I said, those Vista cabins go very quickly. So I know it's like a little over a year away, but typically our cruises sell out 9 to 12 months in advance. Okay.
okay, well, thank you, Nancy, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Melissa. Take care, everybody.